So personally and professionally, to outsource the things that aren't the highest and best use of your time, have
Right.
other people doing them. So you're effectively buying your time at a discount, right?
I buy my time at a discount, and what I've also found by doing this is there's only a certain amount of time in a day that I could create focus. And to have the ultimate focus on what matters most is so important, and being able to understand that, because in the beginning, I would focus on things that just really didn't matter. People, process, and I'm not Marcus Lamone, people, process, technology.
Okay.
Because technology is a big piece. I believe in product, but I'm not a manufacturing company, so I don't really manufacture a lot of doors ourselves. So my thing is the people, but the process dictates the people, right? If you get a good way of getting the people in, drug test, background check, checking references, putting them through a DISC assessment, really understanding if these people are going to make it, and run them through the ringer, like Dave Ramsey says, bring their significant other out to dinner, look in their car when you walk them out, ask them if they smoke cigarettes, because if they're smoking all the time, that turns off customers.
I heard an interesting one just today. I was listening to a great book called Necessary Endings, and the guy was saying, he was advising a friend of his, and he said, if your daughter was going to get married and the prospective husband was coming to you to ask for her hand, what would you ask him to be sure that it was going to be good? And the guy told him, he said, I'd ask for a credit report and a tax return. And he's like, what?
Oh, yeah.
And he said, I'd ask for a credit report and tax return, and I'd ask for a credit report and tax return for a prospective employee that was going to be a high-level employee too, because the credit report shows that you'll follow through on your commitments, right?
I like that.
I was like, that's actually pretty good. If
That's
you,
good.
It's definitely a leading indicator to show, and a lagging indicator, right? To show whether you will be likely to follow through on your commitments in the job and in a marriage. If you think about it too, it's like if you get somebody, my wife, her ex-husband, when they got together, had this huge tax thing. So like he brought into the marriage all this stuff that was kind of like a surprise to her. Right. And the other thing was the tax return. And the tax return, he said, you could black out all the numbers. I don't want to see the numbers. I only care that they did them, because that's an important thing to show. I was just like, that's pretty cool.
That is really, really good. I just like to take notes too.
Yeah.
The big thing that I see is that when I go to church or wherever I go, you watch these people, they're taking notes. And it's really cool. They're taking notes and you're excited about it. But then I see, how much notes do these people have? When do they take the time to reflect at their notes and actually put them into use? Like, do they put them on the calendar? So when we put a credit card and tax return, like the first thing I'm going to do is put this in to one of my things on my recruiting, because I feel like recruiting is the biggest mistake. Is you hire the wrong people. And who's the guy? Tony Robbins. He says, it's not about the people you hire, it's about the people that you don't fire. And I think that that's true. A lot of times we keep these cancers. I was on the phone earlier with one of my managers, and I'm like, we really got to make sure that we're keeping the right people that believe, that are happy.
Yeah.
Being able to smile is probably the most important thing for me. Do you walk around work and you're just like, well, they didn't do this and they didn't do that and I found this problem? Or do you walk around work and you're just like, look, let's work together. I know you didn't take out the garbage today. I did it for you. Look, next week, if you see anything, I'm going out of town. I'll be at a wedding. If you get a chance, do it for me. Is that cool? But those little things like that, it means a huge difference. To have a staff that communicates. I'd rather have a happy person than an A-plus player, because an A-plus player, to me, is a happy person, really.
Yeah. Well, and the happiness is infectious, and so is the lack thereof, right?
Yep.
So I agree with you 100%. I'd rather have somebody that was loyal and committed and focused and energized, letting all of that come throughout the organization, than somebody that's infecting it with...
Yeah, cancer. It's a bad apple.
Yeah. That's really cool. So how did you pick the garage door business when you were thinking about it? Because dentist to garage door, I guess it's, they're both openings,
Yeah.
There's some metal involved sometimes.
It wasn't really a choice. It was my buddy started answering phones for a garage door company. The other guy ended up getting, my old partner, ended up getting a job as a technician. And he said, you got to come check this out. So we did that and we split off. I never worked for another company, never a garage door company. I learned a lot of what I know through the restaurant and bar industry, just hospitality, That's how I like to recruit. If I see a good busboy with a smile that's running around the place, I'm like, and some people say these millennials, they don't work. I'm like, well, I'm a millennial. I'm right on the border. But the reason why is you're not getting the right ones and you're not giving them processes to succeed, and they don't care about the same things that baby boomers did.
Yeah.
You never had to gamify stuff for baby boomers, but baby boomers used to walk into work 9 to 5. This is what I get. I'm going to save up. One day I'm going to retire, then I'm going to die.
Right.
And
Sounds
millennials
exciting.
have a dream. They have a dream of something better.
Right.
And some days they say, I want to be able to work from home. I want to be able to work from South America, South Africa, whatever it might be. But they don't fit a mold per se. So I like to get them, like when I'm at like Quick Trip or 7-Eleven or the other day I was at a Walgreens, and the person smiled at me and he said, hello, Mr. Mello, how are you? Because I put my phone number in, and he's like, you know, we actually have an advanced club membership, and this will give you this much savings today.
The upsells.
But it was like, but it was free. But he's like, the coupons will come in the mail, blah, 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 blah. A lot of our smartest shoppers go to the coupon. They put in their phone number before they go shopping. And I was like, this guy's Walgreens? So I walked out to my car.
I particularly like a lot of our smartest shoppers.
Yeah. Oh, he was just, he pronunciated. He was great. And I walked back in there. I said, look, I know you're probably not looking right now, but I realize you have a job. But if you want a career that allows you to move forward, more flexibility, we have health benefits, we have paid time off. More importantly, we're a fun culture. We have our book club at my office. It's so much fun. You'll love it. Call me. And I've gotten a lot of people by just handing out cards. I say always be recruited.